Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Enchanted Escape Pod. I'm Vanessa, and I am here with my incredible husband, Lucas.
Hello.
What are we... Oh wait, it's episode 30 today. Big episode, episode 30.
Yeah, you were so excited and you almost...
I know, that I almost forgot to say it. So what are we talking about on episode 30?
We are helping everybody on how to save money.
That's the truth. Will we take our own advice is the big question.
Will we? No, we
probably not. Yeah. But we did compile a list of ways that you can save money on your Walt Disney World vacation. And we have implemented several of these. And yeah, they're just things that we've learned over many, many trips. And hopefully it'll help you.
Yeah, there's some news, right? You'll have the D20, how do you say?
Oh, yeah. A lot of fun ticket stuff happening in the news world. So first, D23 tickets have officially, well, they actually are going on sale on the 31st of March. That's for like D23 Gold members. And then on April 2nd for everybody else. So between March 31st and April 2nd, you can secure your D23 tickets out in Anaheim. That is happening in August. I believe August 14th to the 16th is going to be the dates for D23. They did announce a lot of Disney legends, quote unquote, that are going to be there this year, including Anne Hathaway.
And Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Princess Diaries. So a lot of exciting stuff there. But I think the bigger and better ticket news is what Lucas is going to share.
Yes, the best news of the year, I'm already calling that. We are starting to get information for HHN. So HHN season's almost here, right? Halloween Horror Nights, it is between us. They announced the first house.
Which is wild that we got a house announcement in March.
So we have the first house who is going to be the OGs, Jack the Clown and Dr. Oddfellow. They're going to have a haunted house in there. So it seems like the theme this year is going to be clowns or something, right? So that's going to be very interesting for you, I guess.
Yeah. He says as he's wearing an Art the Clown t-shirt right now.
I really am. Yeah, I really am. Yeah, so we have the first house and that's great.
And are those two characters, the Mr. Goodfellow and the other guy, are they what's his name? I'm sorry. Mr. Oddfellow.
Mr. Goodfellow.
I'm not sure.
Dr. Oddfellow.
Dr. Oddfellow. Very good. Those two clowns, they're sort of like the hosts of HHN this year, kind of like how Art was like the face of it last year?
It seems like, yeah. So they are like OGs. There's a whole story behind them. They were actually like against each other, like fighting. So it seems like that's going to be the premise of the house. It's going to be kind of a battle between them. The name of the house is going to be like Jack and Oddfellow, Chaos and Control. So let's see how that's going to go. I'm excited because since like there's clowns happening, hopefully it's gonna be.
Oh yeah, he's really holding on to these rumors of a potential It house because Welcome to Derry that you watch, that's a newer show.
Yeah,
so
that was pretty good. Yeah, and there's also big rumors of Sinners. So like a Sinners house.
If they do a Sinners house, I will lose my mind.
Yeah.
Best movie of the year.
So I'm sure that like we'll still like receive more news about HHN, and at some point we'll do like a bigger episode about it.
But also today on March 26th. Tickets for HHN Orlando are officially on sale.
Yeah, only Orlando, not California yet. I wonder how like far apart they usually release. But tickets for Orlando, they are available.
What's the time frame for HHN this year? August 20...
Starts in the last week in August. And it's going to be 35. So that's the year 35 of the event. So the 35th anniversary. It is between the last weekend in August until November 1st.
Okay.
Usually runs Wednesdays to Sunday. Tickets starts at $87.99 per person plus tax. But that's the...
A lot of range.
Yeah, like they usually range in between like 114 to 130. And also Express is also available. Expresses are ranging between 170 to 280 per person. As well with the tickets and Expresses, they also announced RP tours, the Scream Early thing. One thing that people were saying, the Scream Early went up. Now this year $70 or yeah.
Yeah. I will say when you're looking at these things, I mean, we already are planning our HHN trip. We're doing what we're calling our HHN tour this year, where we are doing a week-long trip, half of it in Florida and half of it in California, and hitting both HHNs. But we'll get into more of the nitty-gritty of that as it gets closer. But I will say we will definitely do Express just because we're probably going to go just once and we want to do as much as we can. But we talked about this on our HHN recap episode this past year, and we ended out because regular Express was sold out. We got just the late night Express that ran from 11 p.m. until 1 a.m. or something like that. It was like 2 hours of Express, and we were able to do every single house plus repeat for the houses a second time. So if you think Express is like out of your budget, it's a little bit of a risk because it's not guaranteed that that'll be available. But when we went, we were able to go day of, go to the counter when we got our tickets before we entered and get that late night Express, and it was great.
I think this year we should just like plan ahead and be like confirmed with Express.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think because now we know we love the event.
Yeah.
After going last year, we know we want to hit all the houses, and even though we were able to do all the houses last year by getting that, we had to pack like 8 out of the 10 houses into that last 2 hour window. And it just didn't allow us to have as much flexibility with like the order we were doing things and stuff. So but very
just
exciting.
A quick recap. So single nights is starting at $88 a night. There's this event called Halloween Horror Nights Premium Screen Night that I don't know much about, to be honest.
So Premium Screen Night is a couple nights that they do where basically it's like a limited access event. So like the lines are much shorter
waits,
and,
whatever.
Yeah.
And all you care to enjoy food and non-alcoholic beverages. So that could be nice. Yeah. Let's do that. So it starts at $400 per person. RIP tour, they're coming back, $400 a person. The Unmasking the Horror tour, the Behind the Screens tour, the daytime one is $100 per person. Screen early $70, and Express at $170. And all of these prices is starting from. So
right. Yep.
Yeah.
But okay, speaking of money, let's jump in to our how to save money on your Walt Disney World vacation. So
do you want to kick us?
I will start. So the first thing, and this is not always possible, but the first thing is to be flexible with the dates you are going. So obviously there are some people who have kids in school, and so they are limited based on school vacation weeks, which can unfortunately often be some of the busiest weeks in Disney World and most expensive weeks. I will say that we live in Boston, just outside of Boston, and school vacation week here in the springtime is like the third week in April. It's like right following Marathon Monday or Patriots Day.
Yeah.
And that week we go pretty much every year for the last like 4 years. This will be our 4th year going that week. And because it is school vacation here, you would think, oh, it's a very busy and expensive time to go. But it's actually a great time to go because really just the Northeast has vacation that week. Everyone else's spring break weeks have already happened.
Yeah.
So the end of April and early May is an awesome time to go. And it does align with school vacation week here. So if you're in the New England area and you're trying to plan, that date range is a great date range. But also, I mean, other time like hurricane season, right, is a great time to go.
And also a lot of people underestimate that not even like a whole week, but sometimes a couple of days, like 1 or 2 days that you're just even like pushing the trip or like pulling out back a little bit. Like makes a difference on cheaper hotel, flights, even the crowds that you're going to hit.
I mean, if you're saying, oh, we're going to go Wednesday to Sunday, but we have flexibility. Sometimes if I do a search Wednesday to Sunday, it kicks back one price on a resort or a package. And then if I change that instead to, Monday to Friday or Sunday to Thursday, there can be huge price differences there. So if you're able to be a little bit flexible with the date range of your trip, it can make a big difference on cost.
And also I'm gonna say that if your cost is cheaper, that means that almost always your experience is going to be better because that means that the crowds are going to be lower. Everything is going to be like less crowded. So.
Yeah. Another great time. So I mentioned hurricane season. So September tends to be a great time to go too. And we almost always go in September because school break is coming to an end. Most kids are going to be back in school. It does happen to be hurricane season. So a lot of people avoid, or kind of the height of hurricane season. So a lot of people avoid Florida during that time. And we even were in Disney World when a major hurricane came through. And it was, it was nerve wracking. But there was nobody there. It was really a different experience, but I mean, every time that we've gone in September, we are shocked by how low the crowd levels are.
Of course, we're not hoping that we go in September and there's an actual hurricane happening, but you know, a lot of people do avoid, so that makes it better for you.
Right. Same thing with cruising. While we're talking about it, cruising in September can be
and it's also very much cheaper.
Yeah. But okay, so yeah, number one, dates. Do you want to jump in on the next way to save money?
Yes, the next one that we're talking about, it is where are you staying? Like where you stay matters a lot. I feel like, you know, tickets are expensive, but I would say like the second most expensive part of a trip, it is the hotel, right? So, you know, you can consider staying on a valley resort, you know, especially if you have like a large group, you can get like connecting rooms or something, right?
Yeah.
They have like suite family rooms. Like
Art of Animation has some great family suites that are, that are...
You know, so valley resorts, when you think about it, you get like all of the same benefits as the deluxe resorts, besides like the after hours or something. But, you know, they're better for big groups. They usually have more space sometimes. You know, some of them have a kitchen, as like Art of Animation has. You know, and
I wouldn't really say value resorts are better for big groups. There's like villas and pretty awesome.
No, yeah, but like I'm saying like for the dollar. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because, you know, like sometimes when you get a nice promo, one night that you go to like a Pop Century or like any of the All-Stars, that's like the amount of money that you will pay for like one night on any other deluxe, you'll stay like a whole week on a value resort.
Right.
You know, and like the buses are the same. The food is, I mean, there's some difference in the food, but you know, you're gonna.
It's a fan. We stay in value level like All Stars and Pop Century all the time. We love Pop Century because it has the Skyliner. So you can absolutely have an incredible Disney vacation, still being in the Disney bubble, still being on property, but staying at a value level resort and saving like $500, $600, $700.
Also because Disney is a vacation that you're gonna spend most of your time outside of your room, anyways. But also, I just want to add one thing on this topic: that a lot of people they stay offsite to save money. But I like to say that that's not worth it, because when you compare a cost for an off-site hotel, then you're staying on-site, the difference might be like, I don't know, like $50 a day sometimes when you're talking about like an All-Stars. But then you lose all the transportation, you lose early entry, you lose all of the like actual like being inside the Disney all the time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So when you like account for like parking that you're not using transportation, or you might be like using like rideshare everywhere, like sometimes you're even spending more money.
Yeah. I mean, I am always a big supporter of staying on site. I think that it makes a lot of sense financially and as far as the experience you're going to have. I will say that the one time where I can be a supporter of staying off site when it comes to budget, especially, is if you're traveling with a particularly large group, because sometimes doing something like getting an Airbnb with several bedrooms can be super cost effective as opposed to having to accommodate people in multiple rooms or in a suite or something like that on site. So I can see that making sense, but a value level resort, you can get a vacation for a fantastic price.
Yeah.
So that is definitely something to consider. Okay, next, so when we did like some of our first trips to Disney, we loved having Park Hopper. Maybe not our first trip, but after that, and then we've been annual pass holders, so we hop all the time.
Actually, the first few trips that we did, we never had Park Hopper.
Well, the first trip we didn't.
We did?
Right?
We did not. But also, after a couple trips, we already had the annual pass.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yep,
so.
That's what I was saying, yeah. But so what I was going to say is that the price difference between a Park Hopper ticket and a single park ticket is pretty massive, like oftentimes.
No, usually always.
Yeah, it can be like a difference of like $100 or more between getting a single park ticket and a Park Hopper ticket for a day. And when you think about, okay, we're a family of 4 doing 4 days of park tickets, that's thousands and thousands of dollars in difference in your price point for your tickets. So definitely be open to the idea, especially if it's like one of your first trips as a family or your first trip as a family. You can spend a full day in one park exploring just that single park. So if your itinerary allows for it, like obviously you want to hit all 4 parks if it's your first trip. So if you have 4 park days, do a single park each one of those days.
I don't know if like I would recommend like a Park Hopper for like a family with like small kids and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like we are 2 and like we go over there all the time, so we know what we're doing and we know what we want to do. And like if we're like, well, like let's say we're splitting a day between Epcot and Hollywood Studios, and somehow we couldn't ride Test Track or Frozen or Soaring, we were okay because we're like, okay, we've done it so many times. But like when you go with like a small family, with like a family with like small kids, there's so many things that could happen that could like kind of like delay your day. They're like, you want to experience everything, and like there's more than enough things to do in a whole full day everywhere. You know?
Absolutely. And if you can save a couple $1,000s in ticket pricing,
even Animal Kingdom.
Yeah. Oh, Animal Kingdom can be a full park day. Absolutely. Even for us.
A full zoo day, yeah.
Yeah. It's not a zoo. It's a theme park. So tickets and then dining. So want to take a moment to talk about the dining plan.
Can I just go back one point? Just very quickly. Just so because we talked about tickets, I just want to talk about oh no, we will talk about it. So that's never mind. So sorry.
Yeah. I'll look ahead on the list.
Yeah.
Okay. So next is the dining plan. So this can either help or hurt you financially. There is, of course, the free dining plan promo for kids. So right now, Disney has a promotion going on. If you buy a package with the dining plan, right? Yeah, they do this all the time or have been doing it for a long time, where if you buy adult dining plans, you can get kids dining plans for free. So obviously, if you have a family with multiple kids and you're interested in the dining plan and you can get free dining for your kids, that makes sense, right? That can save you money. But it's just important to be smart about the dining plan. So if you're getting things for free, absolutely loop that into your package. Could be a great way to save money. But sometimes people do the dining plan just because they think it's going to be easier or they think, it's going to help them budget. But then they do like the full Disney dining plan with the one quick service and one sit down meal each day. And they're like struggling to hit all those points.
A lot of the times you don't. I like to say that the table service dining plans, even like the quick service dining plan, is just worth it if you're drinking. Like,
yeah, so it does include one drink, which can be an alcoholic drink if you'd like it to be. So obviously that helps you. I mean, a lot of people say, okay, like this is the cost of the dining plan. Let me add up what the cost of all these items would be and make sure I'm getting my money's worth. And it's a lot of like mental chess.
It is hard to hit the point.
And if you're not getting that alcoholic beverage, then it's going to be a lot harder to kind of get to that point. But I will say, I mean, if you're smart about it, there's absolutely ways to do the dining plan in a way where you're saving money, especially if you're getting the free kids dining plans. Then that's, almost a no-brainer. But a lot of the time, especially for us, like for us or a group of adults, it's not going to be worth it. It's much better to, you don't want to be like 90 of the way percent through your day and then all of a sudden go, oh man, we still have like snack credits to use and our trip's almost over and we haven't used these, and then you're just getting stuff to get it, Yeah,
and also we're not gonna like say the same tip that a lot of people say, like, oh, like just bring sandwiches or something for the park.
Yeah, because you're like, at Disney World, dude.
Yeah, but also we will say like eat like smart instead of cheap. Like even if you have to pay a little bit more money, but like there's a lot of places, like for example, Flame Tree Barbecue, that a barbecue platter is big. Like me and Vanessa, we shared that, and we're both like very full.
Yeah.
So you can share a bunch of these things.
Also, another great tip about dining in the parks affordably is going to be kids
meals. That was my next point. Yeah.
The kids meals are definitely enough to feed an adult like 90% of the time. If you're starving and you haven't eaten all day and you want to get a meal, maybe not. But they are good size meals.
They're $7.
Yeah, and they're super cheap.
And they have
They often come with a drink and a little fruit. And yeah, it's awesome. And there's no rule about me going up and ordering a kid's meal.
Oh, no, yeah. And the last thing that we cannot say it enough, like, please don't buy water bottles. Get like free water cups. Just anywhere, pretty much anywhere that they sell sodas, you can get like a free ice water
cup. Yeah. Every time we go up to a counter and order food, we're like, also 2 ice waters.
Like, just like don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid, because there's some places that will be like, oh, I'm sorry, we don't do this here. But like pretty much anywhere, they will be like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. And we do, and this is kind of the next thing that we're going to talk about, which is grocery ordering for your trip. One of the things that we always grocery order, even on short trips, is cases of water bottles. So we do go to the park with several water bottles like in a backpack, but we will then, when we inevitably run out of water, we save the last 2 bottles and then we just refill them throughout the day. We just ask for cups of ice water and refill those bottles.
Yeah, we do not refill from the fountain because the fountain water is gross. But I feel like even though the ice water it's probably the same water, but psychologically it's different.
It's different. Mm-hmm.
So we just get the ice waters and we put in the bottle. That's it. Yeah. So we get water bottles, and also I was gonna say we started getting like espresso cans.
Yeah.
Because coffee is like $5 per cup cup. Yeah. And, we started getting this thing because I always like to have a coffee in the morning, and the room coffee is terrible. The worst. So instead of like buying a $5 coffee every day, of course, like you're still
still
going
get a
to
Joffrey's
you're still
here
going
and
to
there.
Disney World, like you're still gonna get a Joffrey's here and there, get like espresso like on an actual coffee shop. But I do love to leave the room with like my espresso can that I know that I pay like, I don't know, like a $1.50 for it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm gonna be good for it. So.
Yeah. Also, other things we've gotten through grocery orders in the past is like whole fruit, like apples or bananas. It is great at the beginning of the day. You're like heading into the park for a big park day. You have your espresso can and you have an apple or a banana. It's like a little something just to set in your stomach at the beginning of the day, so you don't go into your park day starving and ready to order like tachos at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
And also then like, you know, you're going to eat at least one piece of fruit every day, which is a good thing on a Disney trip.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, doing those grocery orders. And like I said, even when we go for like a 2-day Disney trip, we're getting a case of water bottles. When we go for a longer trip, like we have a trip coming up in April that's like an 8-day trip, we'll get at least 2 cases of water for that trip.
Yeah.
For sure.
And just staying on this food area for a little bit, we like to say we always have Ziploc bags on our backpacks.
Yeah.
Because if you get a whole meal and you somehow get like a leftover cookie, just put on a Ziploc bag. At some point you're going to remember and you're going to be so thankful for yourself that you saved that.
The number of times that I've started to eat some kind of snack, like some kind of, you know, like the Pop-Tart at Woody's Lunchbox, or like a huge cookie, like Wookiee cookie or something like that, that's like this big snack, that I've started to eat it and gotten like halfway through or third of the way through and been like, oh, like I don't want any more of this. And then you just toss it and it's like a waste of that. If you have plastic bags, you put it in a plastic bag, you stick it in your backpack, and then an hour later where you or a kid is like, oh, I'm hungry, I want a snack, there you go. You have the other half of the cookie.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Would you say that having a popcorn bucket and just refilling, it's a hack?
Oh, that's definitely a way to save money for sure.
Yeah, because like I was going to
bucket.
say, if you don't mind putting like non-nutritious food in your body, those popcorn buckets, they will fill you up.
Yeah, and popcorn's a healthy snack. Especially when you have 4 buckets of it in one day.
Yeah, like they don't even put butter on Disney popcorn, right?
Right. Yeah, it's just air. But yeah, we do use a popcorn bucket. We got it like, I don't know, 5 trips ago, and we've used it like pretty much every time. And, you know, you buy the bucket the first time, it costs what, like $18 or something? Or
yeah.
And then you pay like $2 for refills in the park. So you can just keep refilling that bucket. Even when they change the type of bucket, they're going to honor your bucket. Just keep bringing your bucket.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
And fun fact that we discovered this past year that has changed my life is that you can also refill your bucket with maple popcorn.
Any popcorn, yeah.
Yeah. So the maple popcorn in Epcot is freaking unbelievable.
It is the
in
best
Canada.
popcorn on the property.
It really is.
Yeah.
Best popcorn on property. And you can bring your bucket there and get a refill for like $2 and change. It's like 25 cents more than like a regular
usually
refill.
any popcorn you can. Like also the, how do you call those?
Outpost
The
mix
outpost,
at Katsaka's Kettle. That I just learned too, that you can do. So they do also have another kind of popcorn that's like an all blue popcorn. You can't do that one in the bucket, but the outpost mix at Katsaka's Kettle in Galaxy's Edge, you can refill your bucket with, and it is super delicious.
Yeah.
So yeah, get a popcorn bucket. Eat only popcorn your whole Disney trip. You'll save money.
And also, it's always nice to like be stuck on I mean, it's never nice to be stuck on a long line, but like whenever you are stuck, you are stuck on a long line or like a ride is down, you just open your popcorn bucket, you eat it. It's amazing to see how everybody around you gets insanely jealous instantly.
Oh, look at that popcorn. Looks so good.
And I was like, wow, I'm so glad that I planned this ahead. You know?
That I've got my trusty popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
Okay, so up next, switching gears from food for a second to multipass. So after your resort and your ticket, probably something that you are going to spend the most money on before you actually get into the parks is multipass and single pass.
Yeah, people don't realize how much these things adds up
quickly. Yeah. Even for Lucas and I, we're just 2 people purchasing multipass and single pass before our trips, and it's hundreds of dollars for us, you know, assuming we get multipass each day or single passes. So I will say it is very nice if you have used a travel advisor to talk to that person about what days and times and rides it's good to have this multipass for, because there are plenty of occasions when you're planning out a Disney trip and you're planning out your park days where I would definitely say not necessary to get multipass that day, or wouldn't be my first pick. Of course, if budget is of no issue to you, then this isn't the episode for you. But if budget is of no issue to you, get multipass and single pass for every single thing every single day. It'll make your life easier. Yeah, do a VIP tour every day.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not necessary to get every single pass for sure.
No, yeah.
And also, of course, know who's in your group and what they're into, right? If you have people that are afraid of roller coasters, don't buy Tron single pass for everyone. But also, there are days like Animal Kingdom days, right? Depending on the time you're going to be in Animal Kingdom.
And also, a lot of the single passes, even if you do want to ride it, just rope drop it. And then you save like $20 a person.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, there are ways to do it. Like, of course, this whole lighting lane thing is like, that's going to depend on what you want to do and like what like your kind of experience it is on the parks and stuff, because there's a way for you to do everything you want like without spending that much money. Of course, sometimes we'll have like a big family or something and have small kids. You might think like, oh, I'm just gonna buy and make sure that I'm gonna do these things, whatever. But you know, sometimes like you go on a week that the crowd's gonna be like super low. Right. So, you know, just like don't spend that money.
Yeah. Also, I will just say, I know this is not Disney related. I'm going to pop over to Universal randomly really quick. But I just want to say, when you're thinking about Express Pass for Universal, because the sticker shock of Express Pass at Universal is very big, look at the height requirements for the rides first. Because if you have a real little kid and you're going to a Universal park and you want to get Express for it, there's a lot of big rides there. So just keep that in mind and just, you know, figure out how many rides you're actually paying for if you decide to buy your little Express at Universal.
Yeah, Express at Universal is crazy how expensive it is.
But I am normally an advocate for it, though, because it's great. I mean, Express Pass and Universal we could do a whole episode about the difference between Lightning Lane at Disney and Express Pass at Universal. But, I mean, it's a lot more flexible and a lot easier, I think, than the system at Disney.
Yeah, you pay for it.
Yeah. Oh, you absolutely pay for it. But again, if you have a kid in your group that's real little, then there's a lot of rides with height requirements at Universal to keep in mind.
Yeah, I was thinking like in Islands of Adventures and Universal, probably like almost like half of the rides, like you have a big height requirement.
Yeah, right. I mean, you can do Kong.
I mean, I don't know. Like, you must have a high requirement. There's like the Zooms. What do you say? Like the Zooms land? The zoos? No.
Oh, Seuss?
Zoos.
Zoos. I was like, zoo?
I was like Dr. Zoom.
Yeah.
Dr. Doom.
Dr.
Zoom. Dr. Zoom. Yeah.
Okay, but now let's walk back over to Disney. And
I mean, this next topic is also Universal included. I feel like it.
Oh, yeah. So our next tip, and this is probably the thing that we utilize the most to save money on our trips, is going to be purchasing things outside of the park before your trip. So it's a fact that anything you need to buy, if you buy it on Disney property, is going to cost you more than if you buy it online beforehand.
Disney loves when it rains, because whenever it rains, they make the whole budget for a lot of movies. Because whenever it rains, every single store, they're going to be selling $20 ponchos. Yeah. Is it $20 or $25?
I think it's more. I think it's like 25. Yeah.
And it is not even that good of a poncho.
We did have to buy them one time, and then we never go without.
The thing is,
ponchos.
If you're paying like $25 for a poncho, you expect that you're going to be able to like use it again at least like, I don't know, like 10 times.
Yeah, they're not even that nice.
They're not that good. Yeah. You know, they're a little like thicker, but it's still like what?
Yeah. No. So you can get like a 10-pack of disposable ponchos on Amazon for like under $10. Yeah. And so we do that now. We just buy packs of them and just throw a couple in the backpack.
Like a side gig. We just sell ponchos.
Sell ponchos in the park. Yeah.
$5 each?
$5. Yeah. It's a great idea.
You think that Disney will ban you?
Yeah, I do. I do. If we set up a poncho stand,
you don't have to set up. It's like really like under the, you know.
Yeah, just walk by people. We got a poncho here.
Yeah, do you want a poncho?
Like, $5.
He's very sneaky, you know.
That's a great business model. All right, nobody steal our idea. But also things like sunscreen, right? You forget sunscreen, you have to buy it at your hotel. It's going to cost you double. Like a hat, right? You are wearing a hat in the parks because it's very sunny. You forget to bring your hat. You're going to buy a $40 hat in the park. Yeah. Even things like ears, right? Like Mickey or Minnie ears. Yeah. Buy them on Amazon or buy them online beforehand. They're going to cost you $10, or you're going to get to the park and spend $40.
You know what's the thing though? People, they put these things on their head of just like, no, I'm going to buy mine inside Magic Kingdom because I got it inside Magic Kingdom.
And hey, there is validity to that. I absolutely have bought a ton of merch inside the parks. There's a time and a place for it, absolutely. But a great way to save money if you're really trying to be budget conscious is to get, I mean, you can have an outfit that's just as cute with super cute ears.
But the thing is, you gotta understand that even though if you do buy like your mini years or something on Amazon, you're still gonna buy merch inside the park.
Yeah.
That's 100%.
Yeah.
You cannot go to Disney and not buy any kind of merch.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm adding another tip. The tip is you'll save money if you don't step foot inside the Emporium or World of Disney or
Listen,
any
how
of the
to
merch shops.
this is an episode about how to save money on a Disney World vacation. And the biggest tip is just don't go. You know, it's just like you're gonna just like stay at home, like just like, you know.
But also like while we're talking about purchasing things before your trip outside the park, even something like a bubble maker, right? You see the kids roam around the park all day, blowing the bubble makers, blowing bubbles everywhere. Those like Little Mermaid bubble makers and Mickey Mouse bubble makers, they cost like $40 a piece or $45 a piece.
I just looked at Amazon and I found the Minnie Mouse bubble wand for $13.
Yeah. See, so I mean, you're going to get in the park and your kids are going to say, I want that bubble maker, I want one. And then you're going to reach into your bag that you packed for the park that day with your Amazon bubble maker and you're going to say, here you go.
I just found a chew pack of mini ears for $9. So it's $5 a piece.
See, so that kind of stuff, things that you can get like, you know, off brand beforehand, you can save a lot of money.
Yeah, buy all these things. One thing that I gotta give it to Disney though, that things like toothbrushes and like toothpaste and like this kind of things inside the hotels, they won't get all of your money for it.
Yeah.
You know, they
are
still
still
are
a
reasonable.
little more expensive than if you had bought them beforehand or at like a CVS.
Yeah.
But they're not selling like $20 toothbrushes.
Yeah, 100%. But like ponchos, ears, like one thing that we discovered, like the shoe covers, just get it.
Yeah, get
online.
plastic shoe covers,
just
guys. I know we've talked about them so many times, but if you're going to Disney, especially if you're saving some money and going during hurricane season, bring those ponchos, those dollar ponchos, and plastic shoe covers. It will save your day.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So,
but I just want to say the last thing, that take advantage of free things. If you're staying inside the bubble, take advantage of like the free transportation, right?
Yeah.
Take advantage of Disney Springs. There's like free shows, free like concerts, free entertainment every single night.
Yeah.
Do a resort hopping day. Like go to the monorail, go to the Skyliner, go to the bus. Go to
I
the buses.
have heard parents say before that they've done whole park days and then they get on the monorail to go somewhere and their kids say that that's their favorite ride of the whole day.
And also remember that like you don't have, of course, Magic Kingdom fireworks are like the most special situation that you could ever find yourself inside a Disney vacation. But if you want to see fireworks twice, you can see fireworks in so many different places inside the bubble.
Yeah.
You know,
take the monorail to Polynesian and watch them from there, or Contemporary, or
and do avoid Disney traps. Like don't buy every single snack you see. Don't buy any single merch you see, because be mindful.
But also like things like free water park day on your check-in day that they're running this summer.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
We're doing that on our trip. We intentionally got a flight that was earlier in the day so that on our first day we can take full advantage of that and get a whole free park day on our first day. So if you're aware of these things, like, if you used a Fantastical Vacations travel advisor to plan your trip, you will be aware of these things. There are a lot of ways that you can add more magic to your trip for no more money. So
please.
And like Lucas said, all the stuff in Disney Springs, there's so many cool concerts in Disney Springs and entertainment and a lot of streetmosphere, like people just doing cool
the
stuff.
boardwalk. There's always street performers at the boardwalk.
Yeah. There's
always like free things to do.
Yeah.
Like you can go to your resort at night and go like the movies under the stars, whatever. You can buy like the s'mores, like it's a $5 pack for the s'mores, and the kids will be a great time. You can do it with
Chip and Dale. Make s'mores with Chip and Dale. So there's a lot of ways to have really magical experiences that don't cost money.
And also there's even a couple of free games inside the arcades.
Oh, yeah. We realized this just this last trip when we were staying at All Star Sports. We decided to explore the arcade for a little bit, and the air hockey was totally free. There were like a handful of games that didn't cost anything. So
or you can just if you're hungry and you want to really save money on quick service.
What are you about to say now?
You can just stand in front of the mobile order pickup, and at some point they're gonna be like, "Oh, Monica." I was like, "Yeah, that's me."
Absolutely. Okay, don't do that. We are not advocating you steal other people's food.
Just stand there.
You will save money.
If you stand there, at some point a cast member will look at you like, "Oh, like Jack." I was like, "Yeah, it's me. I'm Jack."
Yeah, Jack.
They're like, "Oh yeah, like that's
Thank you. Yeah, ask for a water cup. Fill it with Diet Coke. We did that once. Okay, I'm gonna actually say this right now. And
Vanessa was so afraid that we're gonna get caught.
So we went to I'm just sidetracking here, but we went to ABC Commissary at Hollywood Studios. It was like the end of a park day. We were really hungry.
No, I just wanted to say that was not on purpose. We were so exhausted.
Yeah.
We were so tired, and we just wanted to like sit down and drink and eat something.
Yeah.
So we both got food, and we got 2 water cups.
Yeah. It absolutely was on purpose, though, because then you came back to the table with 1 cup filled with water and 1 cup filled with Diet Coke. So I'm pretty sure you knew that it wasn't supposed to be a soda cup.
No, I forgot about it.
Yeah, right. And then...
No, but also, listen. Disney World. Let's talk about the Disney company. They can afford giving me a Diet Coke.
Yeah, they can give us a soda.
It's just like...
Yeah. If you're listening right now, Josh tomorrow, please don't revoke our annual passes.
Yeah, we actually live in California. Our names are like...
Oh yeah,
totally
like
unrelated.
And
yeah,
Greg.
And
but yeah, I was absolutely terrified the entire time. Lucas will tell you I was literally sweating, and I was like, "What if they see us? What if, what if we get in trouble? What if we get banned from the park?"
Vanessa did not enjoy that meal. I would say Vanessa did not enjoy that meal, but she did enjoy the Diet Coke.
I drank that Diet Coke. So yeah, that's another way to save money, I guess. But okay, I think this is a pretty comprehensive list. I mean, obviously, there's other things you can do, like we often will say in the Epcot.
People are just gonna. I'm not gonna listen to these people anymore.
Yeah. Just one more thing. So at Epcot festivals and stuff, you can they make special gift cards just for those Epcot festivals. So like Flower and Garden right now has an adorable one that looks like a little watering can. If you say, okay, we're gonna do an afternoon at Epcot Flower and Garden, and we're gonna try a bunch of the food, but we don't want to spend more than $100 or whatever it is, just grab one of those gift cards, load it with $100, and then use that to budget yourself for the day. Like, this is what we're spending on it, because it's very easy to get carried away. So there's lots of little tips and tricks like that too that you can utilize to save money on your trip. But I think we've covered some of the big ones to think about.
Yeah, that was like the most important topics. I feel like it. You
Yeah.
know? Disney World is still like an expensive vacation, so there's not much that we can go around that.
It absolutely is, but it can be an affordable one.
Oh, 100%.
If you approach it right. And Lucas and I go, 6-7 times a year. So we've definitely found ways to make it work in our budget too.
Yeah, we do know how to spend less money. I wouldn't say that Vanessa really follows this.
But I do know the tips. I just don't always take them.
You know, people
For
like
example, I have more Disney sweatshirts.
Yeah.
I love forgetting a sweater at the beginning of the day so that it gets cold at night. And I go, well, I guess I have to buy.
Yeah, I feel like knowing a trick but don't apply in your life, it's controversial. Just like...
Yeah, I'll definitely think about it now that we've talked about it. But all right, thanks so much for listening, guys. And as always, if you would like to book a Disney trip, oh my God, I didn't even mention this, but obviously there's always promos happening. So if there is a % off promo, like right now, there's a save 30% off on rooms through the summertime, like into early October. There's Florida resident discounts. There's pass holder discounts. I know we've talked about these before, but book with a travel advisor like myself because we know about those promos.
Yeah.
And even if you already booked, if you booked your vacation 6 months ago and a promo comes out now that can apply to that, you might not even know that a promo was released, but I will say, wait a minute, this promo can apply to your vacation. I will apply it and send you a nice little text that says, hey, just saved you $200. Have a great day.
No, usually more.
Could be more.
Usually more, yeah.
But yeah, so number one tip is to use a travel advisor when you book your trip.
That's the beauty of using a travel agent, because there's so many things that you gotta track. And when you use a travel agent, you have no additional cost in your vacation, and you gotta track nothing. So that's the best part.
Yeah. We saved the best for last. So, of course, if you would like to book a trip, please reach out at Vanessa@fantasticalvacations.com. I would love to help you plan your trip and save you some money while you do it.
Yeah, but we'll be back next week with something. Something important.
Else.
I'm sure that we're going to have some more of the best news about HHN.
Yeah, Lucas is glued to the HHN feed.
I really am.
We will let you know. But thanks so much for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye.